Hi Dryden Wire viewers, this is Tom Tiffany. I'm the state senator from the 12th Senate District. I live over in Minocqua and I represent a big part of the Northwoods of Wisconsin, and I'm one of the few state legislators that is on the Joint Finance Committee from northern Wisconsin, north of Highway 29. So I thought I'd give you some finance updates as we go through the budget over the next couple months. The budget is the biggest bill that we pass every session, and the Finance Committee has a lot of authority as far as deciding how we're going to spend your tax dollars. So today I just want to take you through a little bit of the finance process. On February 28th, Governor Evers introduced his version of the budget. He introduced a budget that would spend $83 billion. That's about $7 billion more than the previous budget. Taxes would go up a little over $1 billion in that budget. The other thing that I found noteworthy in his proposal in the budget is there's a lot of policy items in there. Ending the property tax freeze, in-state tuition for illegals, giving driver's licenses to illegals. There's quite a number of policy items in there that I suspect we're going to look at real skeptically and probably will not include in our version of the budget. But anyhow, we're going to deal with that as we go through the budget process. What's going on right now is the Legislative Fiscal Bureau, which is a nonpartisan agency that gives us information as finance members. They're analyzing that budget from A to Z that the governor is proposing to us. So we know everything that is in his proposed budget. Now, as we go through the process, we'll go back to our base budget. In other words, the budget that we're in right now, and we as finance members will build our budget off from base. That process begins with voting as we get to the end of April. But first, before we get there, we get the analysis from the Legislative Fiscal Bureau, and then we're going to have hearings around the state. Just prior to that, we're going to have the agency heads, like the head of corrections, the Department of Administration, Department of Natural Resources. They'll come before the Joint Finance Committee and they'll tell us about what they see in the budget, and we're going to be able to ask them questions. Immediately after that, then we go on the road as the Joint Finance Committee, and we're going to have hearings around the state. Currently, we have scheduled to be in Janesville, Oak Creek, which is just south of Milwaukee. We'll be in Green Bay, and for you Dryden Wire listeners, our closest venue is going to be in River Falls, and when that date comes out, we're going to share that with you, and you're sure welcome to come down and testify or see those hearings that we have with the Joint Finance Committee. When we're completed with that process, then we begin to vote, and we vote on each section of the budget, whether it be tourism, transportation, education. We will vote on each portion of the budget over the ensuing weeks, probably through about the end of May. And then hopefully by the end of May, early June, we're going to be pretty close to done with voting on the budget. By early June then, we will have a completed budget that we will vote on in the Joint Finance Committee, and then we forward that on to the full legislature. And then like any other bill, the Assembly and the Senate have to vote on identical versions of the bill in order to send it to the governor. And we'll do that. After we get done with all the amendments and things like that, there will be a budget that will go to the governor. Then the governor basically has three choices. He can sign the bill as is, or he can use his line item veto authority. And by the way, the Wisconsin governor has the most powerful veto pen of any governor in the United States. So he can line out certain items in the budget if he chooses to. Or he can fully veto the whole budget. He can say, I don't like your budget, I'm sending it back to you in the legislature. So those are the three choices Governor Evers has. And then we as the legislature will react to whatever he does, whether he signs the bill, partially vetoes it, or fully vetoes the bill. So that's the process that we have. And in coming weeks here now, I will be filling you in, all of you Dryden Wire listeners. I'm going to fill you in on various parts of the budget as we go through it. And so until next time, we'll be giving you further updates as we go along. Thanks for joining us.